How's it? Today is Thursday, July 17th, and I didn't lift yesterday. Today is a clean and jerk day with some back squats at the end of it. I didn't lift for two reasons. One was I had like a scheduling thing for one of my clients yesterday, and so it meant that I needed to either wake up really early or have a really short workout. And I was like, I'm not going to subject myself to having to wake up super early for this. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to move it to Thursday just because it's going to be 80% of everything I did last week. Or, well, some changes here and there. But thrusters, just going to a set of two at 80. This is my last quote unquote warm up set at 60. And here is it set at 80. And you know, I'm still not friends with this lift. I'm very bad at it. I do not like it, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. After that, instead of doing the hang cleans that I did last week at like 120, I reduced it to 80%. So like 96 is exactly 80% of 120. But instead of doing the hang cleans, I'm doing power clean plus hang clean plus power jerk. Whereas last week I was trying to do a few sets of two hang cleans and then one split jerk. I I don't know, I almost died last week. So um, making it more reasonable for me today is probably the main goal. And I think I did okay. I think one thing too that I might not have anticipated as much is I got new shoes. It might not look like it, but these shoes are brand new. This is the first day I'm using them. It feels very, very stiff. Here's my set at 96. They feel extremely stiff, and I think that is a good thing. They are the exact same size that I had for the last two sets of these shoes, but I don't remember them being this tight the first two times I had them. I remember them having basically no break-in period, and they were just good to go out of the box. And for whatever reason, they do not feel like that anymore, and they are the exact same size. And I was thinking that maybe if that's been the issue, maybe that is the reason why it would start to break a little bit. If it has to stretch a little bit more to get a break-in period, they will like fail sooner, right? If you think about it, it's if they don't have to stretch as much around my foot, they don't have to conform as much around to my foot, then they will probably last longer. But I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering wrong that there was a sort of break-in period for the original pair and the second pair that I had, but I don't know. After my clean and jerk complex here, I'm doing clean panda pulls at 80. These are ridiculously easy. I mean, 80 kilos is pretty light. Um, it's 176 pounds, and I was just power cleaning significantly more than that. But I think when I'm looking at what I'm trying to do here, the rationale behind it is to keep the bar moving very quickly. And in the past, I just kept the pulls at 100. And so the goal today, again, was just everything gets decremented. Opposite of increment. Down, decrement. I don't know how to pronounce that word. That's a strange word. But everything gets reduced by 20%, and that includes the panda pulls, even the back squats here. So I think I did my numbers based off of like 143 or something like that, and I ended up rounding to just to 115, just because that was the most reasonable weight to do. That was like pretty, like, still pretty easy, but um, I don't know, kind of just still creates a training stimulus. So here's 115 for the first set. These are all real easy. I feel like I'm moving very quickly. I don't know if my positions are necessarily super great because I haven't back squatted in a while. I think a lot of it is due to, well, two things. Um, One is my time. I guess three things: time, overall energy, and then like um, me kind of injuring certain things here and there, tweaking them, and trying to be smart about what my overall goals are. Speaking of which, my left knee, the one that was hurting last week, is not hurting at all, and that is a good sign. I think kind of going through last week with that knee pain. I guess it wasn't my knee specific. It was around my knee, as in the part of the leg that bends, but it was on the back side of my knee. When people say knee pain, they typically mean the front part of the knee. But this was like the backside, the end of my hamstring, and like the start of my calf, and that would just be extremely sore. Um, yeah, it feels pretty good today. After my back squats, I did some RDLs because I didn't do any posterior chain stuff yesterday, and because I have the little cut on my knee, I didn't want to push my leg into the GHD machine to do any like Nordic hamstring stuff. So I'm probably gonna do this one for today. I might have to do it again on Tuesday, but we'll see. We'll see. It looks okay right now. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.